Good morning, students. Now we are going to see the lesson 5 coordination compounds part 2. Now we are going to see the definition of important terms pertaining to coordinating compound. That means new terminology you are going to learn. We said coordination compounds. In the last class we have seen what is double salt, what is coordination compounds, isn't it? Now we are going to see the new terms which is used for coordination compounds. The first one is, suppose first you know the example K4 FeCN6, isn't it? So the FeCN6, it is a complex. This is coordinated complex. Among this, which is a central metal atom. So the central metal atom is nothing else. The central metal atom is occupies the central positions. It is occupies in a central position in a coordination entity. What is meant by coordination entity? The coordination entity is nothing else. It is the metal which is and the array of other atoms or groups of ligands that are attached to it. Suppose we are writing K4. Suppose we can write K4 square bracket FeCN6. This is we are writing. So this is what central metal ion, CMI, central metal ion, right? And this is central metal ion. This is bonded with the atoms or group of atoms. So this is this is enclosed by square bracket. This is enclosed by square bracket. This is known as coordination entity. This is known as coordination entity. So the metal will be attached with the other groups of atoms. So this is known as ligand. This is ligands. This is where the square bracket encloses. Suppose the small bracket we are writing now, this is ordinary bracket. But if you are writing in a square bracket, this is known as coordinated complex. So inside there some compound will be there. Now this whole thing will be we are considered. This is coordination entity. So potassium ferrocyanide, it is the square bracket. This is coordination entity. Now you can see once again what is central metal ion or atom. So the central position once again I am taking this example. So this is central position. Suppose you can write here Fe present in the center of position. How many? This is what I said, ligand. The ligand in a small bracket. So totally in the 6 sides this is bonded with the CN compound. So see here. Now this is present the center of position, isn't it? So always it is a cation, it is transition elements, we know that. So it is surrounded by some ligands, a metal ion surrounded by some ligands. That is why we said this is known as central metal ion, right? And this central metal ion binds the other atoms or group of atoms. That means what I said, ligands. So what I told, ligand means what? So bracket here, this is ligand. So the metal will be bonded through the coordinate covalent bond with the other atom of ligands. That is what central metal ion itself. So coordinate covalent bond. Example, suppose K4 FeCN6, the central metal ion is Fe2 plus. Not only that, suppose if I writing NiC4. So which is a central metal ion here? The nickel. The nickel is a central metal ion, that is CMI. This is known as central metal ion, and we are going to see the central metal ion is always acceptor of electrons. So what's the meaning of acceptor of electron? Usually the metal is a donor of electron because it is a cationic nature, etc. Plus charge will be there for metal. But here all the metals, all the central metal ion can acceptor of electrons. So suppose K4 FeCN6, isn't it? So this is it is central metal ion, this is ligand, we know that. This is actually cation, this oxidation state will be Fe2 plus, right? And there is always a donor, it is a producing covalent bond, and also this is accepting electron from nearby ligand. So this acceptor of electrons, so that is why the central metal ion will be always act as a Lewis acid. It is acceptor electron, so Lewis acid. So it is acceptor of electrons, central metal ion. Here we said Lewis acid. The next one, ligands. The same compound we are explaining. Ligands. The ligands are the atoms of groups. See here K4 FeCN6. The ligand, I told you already, this square bracket, it is coordinated complex. Inside the square bracket, some small bracket will be there, encloses by some ligands, isn't it? That is what ligand. So groups of atoms bound to the central atom. The atom in a ligand that is bound directly to the central metal atom is known as donor atom. See here once again I am telling, this is the metal present in the center of portion is known as central metal ion. This is accepting electron. This is accepting electron from where? From the nearby ligand. So from the ligand, this is known as ligand, isn't it? Cyanide is a ligand now. So here, so ligand is always a donor of electrons, but central metal ion is an acceptor of electrons. This acts as a Lewis acid. At the same time, which is donating electron? The ligand. The ligand is donating electron. So ligand is always a donor. So the ligand is known as Lewis base. Ligand is known as Lewis base. So Lewis base. So in this coordinated complex, usually the metal is central metal ion is acceptor of electron. This acts as a Lewis acid. At the same time, the ligand nearby atom, this is directly bonded with the ion. This is actually donor of electrons. So this is known as Lewis base. You should understand this. You must remember this because one word will be asking from this portion, which is act as a Lewis acid, which is act as a Lewis base. You should remember always the ion. That means the central metal ion is a acceptor of electron, Lewis acid, and ligand is a Lewis base. And we have to go for some more example for a ligand. The ligand having different types also. What are the different type of a ligand? So types of ligand. Suppose the ligand, many ligand we are going to learn in this lesson. So when a ligand is bound to be a metal ion, when a ligand, it is bound to be a metal ion. So through the single donor atom, but it means what? It will have only one single donor atom, because I told you the ligand is a donor, it is act as a Lewis base, isn't it? So Lewis base means the ligand is always a donor of electron. That is why it is donates. So it may have only one single donor atom, means this is said to be a unidentate ligand or monodentate ligand. Monodentate ligand. Example, we may see many examples, Cl minus, H2O, N gas, and so on. And whenever a single coordinated groups or ligand occupies two or more coordinating position on the same central metal ion, means it is complex form. Maybe chelating group will be there. It may be a chelating compound. So it is said to be many. The ligand is donor of electron. It have two or more position, 3 more position, 4 more position must have, means it is considered to be a polydentate ligand. You can see some example for this is EDTA. I will tell what is EDTA later. And when a single ligand has a two coordinating position, one single donor atom, one position must be there, means it is a unidentate ligand or monodentate ligand. And it is having two or coordinating position, means it is a bidentate ligand. Example, we can see ethylene diamine, simply you have to write En, as well as oxalate also, OX minus means oxalate also. So see here the formula for ethylene diamine, N gas 2, C gas 2, C gas 2, N gas 2. The nitrogen is a donor, so 2 nitrogens present here. It is having pair of electron. These 2 pair of electron will be donated to the central metal ion here. So some central metal ion will be placed here. So the 2 donor atoms are donor of electron, means this is said to be a bidentate ligand. At the same time, when a ligand has the 3 coordinating positions, it may be tridentate ligand. More than 3, it will be considered as a polydentate ligand. So triamino, triethylene amine. Triamino, triethylamine is an example for this. So ligand is always, it is bind directly towards the metal ion. It is always a donor of electrons. This act as a Lewis base. Understand? And this is also classified into unidentate ligand as well as a bidentate ligand as well as tridentate ligand. More than 3 donor atom must having in ligand, means it will be considered as a polydentate ligand. Understand? And one more example, the ligand have different properties. Different properties, what differ? It is must having neutral ligand, negative ligand. Depend upon the nature, it will be also classified. See here, the ligands are classified in different types. The type one is the types of ligands by using its nature. First of all, what I told in the last section, it is depend upon their coordinating position. It is classified into, see here, it is classified into unidentate ligand, polydentate ligand, more than 3 pidentate ligand and tridentate ligand by using its donor atom. And it is nature, due to its nature, this is also classified once again. Nature of ligands may be positive ligand. Positive ligand. So the positive ligands are named with the ending IUM word. See, usually the name will be there. See here, CO, NH3,5Cl2 plus. Here PT. So everything will be, the coordination complex must be enclosed some square bracket. Within that square bracket, this must be occupy some different names. That is what new terminology. Right? So here some positive ligand within the square bracket, it must have different name. The first one is what? The positive ligands are. So NH2 is hydrazinium. This should be end with the IM if it is positive ligand to bind the sun. In case if it is a neutral ligand, see here the neutral ligands are named such as without any special name. For example, water. What is what? H2O we are saying, no? It is ordinary water. So outside of the bracket we have to say this is what? Water. And we suppose this water molecule present within that, we have to say this is aqua. This is aqua. Name is what? It is aqua. Suppose ammonia. What's the formula? Ammonia, NH3. Out of the bracket, ordinary group, we have to say ammonia, right? But if the ammonia comes inside the bracket, we have to say this is amine. Is it double M want to come here? Double M. This is neutral ligands, double M. And some more compounds also. CO, carbonyl. What's the name? Carbonyl. And NO, nitrosyl, and NH2, CH2, NH. Just before we have seen, no, it is what is actually said? Bidentate ligand. This bidentate ligand. So ethylene diamine. Simply we are writing EN, ethylene diamine, as well as pyridine also, C5H5N. So many examples we can see. So the nature of ligand, depend upon the nature, we are giving the positive ligand, which is end with the IUM word, and neutral ligands, it is aqua as well as amine, carbonyl, nitrosyl. And one more thing is negative ligand. Suppose if it is negative ligand, what will be the name coming? So negative ligand, the suffix word will be end with the O. See here, what are the negative ligands? Fluorine. Usually we are saying fluorine. The minus symbol won't write. It is also expressed fluoro. So FluORO. Sometimes it is also expressed in fluorido. Both name will be right. So fluorido. Fluoro also right. Fluorido also right. Cl minus chloro, you know. So all the negative ligand will end with the O. So Cl minus. So chloro and also chlorido. How do you say? Chlorido. And C2O42 minus oxalato. This is also once again oxalato. And Cn minus cyano. We are writing now cyano. Cyano we can write once again cyanido. Both rhyme is right. But end with the O. End with the O. The negative ligand should end with the O. NO2 minus. NO2 was nitro we are saying, no. So NO2 we can say two name we can say. This is what actually nitrite. So suppose the N is bonded directly means nitrito, and this name is wanted kappa N. The K is what? Kappa N. And also suppose ONO, if I writing ONO, here N is bonded, so nitrito. And also here ONO is present, so nitrito kappa O. The kappa value is nothing else. The terms kappa used to which atom is bonded directly to the metal ion. Likewise, acetato, cyanato, likewise sulfato, bromato, bromo. So Br minus we are writing bromo, bromido. Both are right. Bromido, right? So all the negative ligands will end with the O sound, right? O, it is O sound as well as end with the O. Fluoro, fluorido, cyano, cyanido, chloro, chlorido, nitro, nitrido, right? Okay students, we will see next class.